Bibi and his opponent, I must say, have to like very much. And I can say in terms of Bibi, he does, and I think in terms of his opponent, he does too. I'll be meeting with him in a little while. But this is a plan that's very important to peace in the Middle East. No matter where I went, they say Israel and the Palestinians, they have to make peace before you can really have peace in the Middle East. So people have been working on this for many, many years, and I think we're relatively close, but we have to get other people to agree with it also. I will say many of the Arab nations have agreed to it. They like it. They think it's great. They think it's a big start. I think it's a big start, too. I think it's a fantastic thing if we can pull it off. They say it's probably the most difficult deal anywhere and of any kind to make. In the business world, when I was back in the business world, when the deal was tough, people would jokingly refer to it as this is tougher than Israel and the Palestinians getting together. And that's what I've heard all my life. And so we'll see what happens. We have something that makes a lot of sense for everybody. And we appreciate you being here. And Mr. Prime Minister, great job you're doing.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. President, I just want to say two things. First, the deal of a century is the opportunity of a century, and we're not going to pass it by. And we'll talk about it. I repeat, I just want to say thank you for everything you've done for the state of Israel. You've been the greatest friend that Israel has had in the White House. And I think tomorrow we can continue making history. Thank you, Mr. President.
I look forward to it. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, did you speak to the Palestinians about your plan to the Palestinian president? Because there are reports.
We will be reporting on that tomorrow. It's something they should want. They probably won't want it initially, but I think in the end they will. I think in the end they're going to want it. It's very good for them. In fact, it's overly good to them. So we'll see what happens. Now, without them, we don't do the deal, and that's okay. They're not living well. As you know, we cut off aid to Palestinians, and something I don't like to do, but we did that. And we think that there's a very good chance that they're going to want this. I would say they're initial, just as great negotiators, and they are great negotiators. Their initial response, and I have no idea what they're going to say, would be, oh, we don't want anything. But in the meantime, they'll be negotiating. So let's see how it works. So tomorrow at 12 o'clock, we'll be announcing a plan. And it's a very big plan. It will be a suggestion between Israel and the Palestinians. It's the closest it's ever come, and we'll see what happens. We have the support of the Prime Minister. We have the support of the other parties. And we think we will ultimately have the support of the Palestinians, but we're going to see. And if we do, it'll be a tremendous tribute to everybody. And if we don't, life goes on. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you.
So family, as you see there, they're trying to relive biblical ancient days, I must say. So as this definitely is unfolding, there's a scripture that comes to mind, and it speaks of peace and safety. But that scripture would have, of course, make a lot of sense before you knew or once know that they are the biblical Israelites. Being that we know that we the biblical Israelites, then really how does that play about this peace plan between the Palestinians and also Israelis, Palestinians and their Israelis? How is that really gonna play a part in the Israelites' really true redemption? So, of course, back then when I was, thinking along those lines, whenever it says peace and safety, we must understand that will be sudden destruction. But the truth be told is that these Israeli, the whole setup is fake. The Palestinians, some of them they said that could be biblical Israelites and got shoved in a corner. So they went and played the same way how Father, instructed Joshua and them when they went into the land, what to do, make sure this nation not there, that nation not there, and to do all the above. So that's what they did when they got there in 1948. But in our redemption of us being regathered, the Bible doesn't say anything about we have to do this anymore. It's like no one really would be there on the land for us to have them to as in to say, no, you don't belong here, or we got the war against anybody. The kingdom, what speaks of the New Jerusalem coming down where in Zion. Okay, so they going back and forth with that, and a lot of the Bible scholars and a lot of ones that call themselves Christians and and so forth. What they're looking at is from the standpoint that when this peace plan is signed, they feel as though around that time the rapture will come. JC will come and rapture them. Okay. If it doesn't happen then, it'll happen 7 years of a window of which 3.5 years of good, and then the remaining 3 years and a half is of the tribulation. So they're saying that it'd be peace all the way for 3 years. So it'd be like what they're saying. They'll sign off. The Palestinians, pretty much will come to an agreement, sign off with, the Israelis, and then 3.5 years on the mark. That's when they'll decide or discovered, no, this is not what we want, or either the Israeli can come back and say, no, this is not what we want. And by that time, of course, they're saying the temple will be built and they'll be doing sacrifice in the temple. And then that's when, one will come, show up far as the man of perdition, right? So this is all there as far as eschatology, all the way down through in there about this. But being that we are the biblical people and we know that, really, how is this going to play out? Because, see, I was thinking like, well, maybe they are in the land and they still got to play out with them because they're there. No. By reading and studying, no. So this is a scripture here that was often used in this. And it's actually 1 Thessalonians 5:3. And it says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. And this is a popular scripture that is used in the rapture, in the peace treaty, and so forth and so forth. So it's like you're really saying, let them have their moment, let them go through their spill, because none of that has anything to do with us biblically. There's nothing that says that when Father redeem us, we have to go back and fight the people in the land. No, it has nothing. He will meet on behalf of, on Jehoshaphat, the hill of Jehoshaphat, and bring all nations to, and he would judge them for, which the word calls plead. He will judge them for his people. So that's what we got to look forward to. Let's go there right quick. Joel 3. Let's go there. One moment, family. So let's go to Joel 3. And I don't have it highlighted here. So it says, for behold, in those days and in that time when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all the nation and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, all the nations. He said, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, he said, I will also, listen there now, will also gather all nation. Not saying we of these, nation, and the reason why these nation, we the nation, and we come, he said, I will gather all the nation and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them, therefore my people, not his people for his people. No, there with them, therefore my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. And they have cast lots for my people and have given a boy for an harlot and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. Yea, and that what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coasts of Palestine? So it's actually speaking to the Palestinians right here. And what you got to do, Father said, and what have ye to do with me? He said, will ye render a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly, pleasant things. These children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have you sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabbateans, to a people far off, for the Lord hath spoken it. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of the war draw near. Let them come up. So all this about they over there fighting since they've been in the land in 1948. When Father said we will be what? At peace. We will be at rest. We wouldn't be all in this commotion, going back and forth with people and oh we the chosen people. We came and we got the land. This is them over there. And they pushed the Palestinians all out, from their homes, their land, and put them in camps, they said, right? To try to fulfill what already has happened in the Bible. So family, I just wanted to bring this to you, let you know what tomorrow going to be a peace plan. I will follow up, if I'm led to by the Most High to do so. But at the end of the day, they want to be us. They trying to be us. It just really speaks volume. It really speaks volume. So blessing family. Shalom.